Hey, if you are putting yourself last, I'm going to share some self-care favorites that will help you to show up for you. And be sure to stick around until the end because I will be sharing a little luxury that you don't have to wait for anyone else to enjoy. Welcome to Life with Toya. And if this is your first time here, I'm Toya. And if not, hey, welcome back. All right, so today we're just gonna go through like 10 of my favorites, right? So, or in that order. So, first, I would like to show y'all I make my own iced coffee from home, and I got these to go containers because once I sip my iced coffee, I know that I don't have to rush, I can savor every sip, and it is just and I didn't have to wait in line to get it, and it's cheaper. I actually brew like a full 12-cup pot of coffee, and I put extra coffee in it so that'll allow for the ice to melt and not water down my coffee, if you know what I mean. So, and then I also put like some nut pod creamer and some cold foam on top. So it's really good. Next, I usually use these when I go to the office. So if I don't use that, I will make my iced coffee in these. These are like can cups or can glasses is what they're called, I believe. So I put my iced coffee in here, use my little glass straw, gives me all the vibes. And if I want hot coffee or hot tea or like a nice little hot drink that I can sip on, I got this mug from West End. They were on Main Street. They're no longer there. And they were having a going out of business sale. So I saw this mug and I was like, oh, this is so cute. But if you watch Beyond the Gates, Bill actually drank out of a glass similar to this in the first few episodes in his law firm. And I was like, my gosh. So I looked them up on Amazon and actually come in a set of 6 and they're all different. But she did have some that were very similar. And I don't know why I only got one, but this is like my favorite mug to use. All of these things that I drink out of help to remind me to sip, savor, and enjoy it. This is one way that I can show up for myself and have like a little small pocket of joy in my day. And usually the iced coffee is a reward for walking 2 miles that morning, okay? I try to walk 2 miles every morning. And if I don't walk the 2 miles, I don't get the iced coffee. Moving right on along. Next up is my weighted blanket. I love this blanket so much. Try not to cover up the mic. I love this blanket so much because one of my love languages is physical touch. And one way that I show up for myself, especially with not being in a relationship, is I will cuddle with this weighted blanket. Now, I will actually fold it in half if I really want to feel like someone is hugging me, and I will drape it across my back or across my hips just to feel like someone is cuddling with me. And I will just enjoy a nice movie, or it's kind of heavy. I want to say this is a 12 pound. I had a 20 pound, but that one was too heavy. I had to get rid of it. But they feel so good, especially in the fall and then or winter. And I keep it really cold in my house, so it's just like nice and snuggle, and I can get some real good sleep when I'm under this weighted blanket. Next is favorite journal. This is my year journal, and it's from Myleik Teele. Unfortunately, she does not sell journals anymore. This journal is just, I really love it. And the reason why I love it is because y'all hear that? It's super hard. You can't bend or do anything to the covers. It starts out with a what does my year look like? And I usually look at this at the beginning of every year. And then you could take an assessment, and it tells you to move past average, ask you what season are you in, and then your self-care priority for the year. And it even has a handwritten note from Myleik Teele herself. I'm guessing she wrote it and then copied it. And then you just utilize the journal. I'm not going to show y'all what I wrote in it, but I do like how thick the pages are. And I do like that if I'm writing something and I no longer want it to be in this journal, I can just rip it out because of the spirals. I do love that. And I do love how thick the paper is because the pens do not bleed through this paper. So love this notebook. And I usually I don't spend a whole lot of money on pens. I would hate to spend money on pens and I can't test it, or I spend all this money on this pen and I don't like it. So I stick with Pilot G2, and it's in a 10. This one is very thick and it's so smooth. It just flows with you. And so yeah, that's the journal and pen. Now we're going to move on to something else. When smells are really good, it makes me happy. So one of my favorite scents is vanilla. So my favorite go-to perfume is Billie Eilish, number one. It smells so good, y'all. And the container that it is in is so elegant, and I just enjoy looking at it. Smells good. And when I wear it, I get a lot of compliments on it. And I usually get the big one. It says it lasts for about 36 months, but girl, I can't keep this for 36 months. I love to pair it with Brazilian Crush, Cheirosa Caramelized Vanilla and Macadamia Spray Hair and Body Fragrance Mist. It's number 71. Y'all, these two together, yes. And I don't have a problem wearing it all year round. A lot of people feel like it's a fall scent, and that's fine. And as a Beyond the Gates fan, I had to go and see what this air freshener was all about. And it's so good, my daughter tried to steal it from me. She was like, thank you. I was like, no, ma'am. But anyway, this is the whipped warm sugar shea butter. And when I tell y'all, this smells so rich. It smells amazing. I see why Nicole is obsessed with this. If you know, you know. Now I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite loungewear sets that I usually love to work from home in. It was actually in last week's, what I wore this week. This is a 2-piece set. I'm actually going to pop a picture up on the side. But this is a 2-piece set. It's shorts, very stretchy, very comfortable. It's from Amazon, so it's not really like a brand per se, but if you guys want it, I will leave it in the description box below. And I love the top. I'm gonna show you guys why I love the top. You see, it doesn't have a tag, but the sides, look how that opens up. So the sides are like really, so you have a little peekaboo situation on the sides, but it's long enough that it covers the back, because you know, if I have on like little shorts like this, I don't really like the back to be out. So this is nice enough for me to lounge around the house, but also comfortable enough for me to go out and go grocery shopping in, run some errands. So, and still look put together, girl. And I love pairing this with some brown. Girl, I could put a brown fedora with this and some brown booties. Yes. And I feel like if you look good, you feel good. And that is one way to show up for yourself, is to make sure you look good so you can feel your best. You know what I'm saying? So my favorite pajama sets, this is with the loungewear. So my favorite pajama set, I actually got this, I believe, from Ross or TJ Maxx, could have been one or the other. The brand is called Born, and it's just a simple pajama set. Has the Born logo on the pockets, Born logo on the pockets, and yeah, so it's just a typical button up. It's short sleeved, so I don't get too hot under my weighted blanket, if you feel me. And it has the pants. I've had this for a little while, so these are not as white as they used to be, and I just found out how to keep the white part of your clothes white. We'll talk about that later though. And it has like the little white cuff around the white line around the cuff. So yes, this is my favorite pair of pajamas. I also have a pink short set pair, but I didn't bring that out, so we're not going to talk about that. But if I go on an overnight trip, I'm either going to bring these, the pink pair, or both. And I'll even spray on some perfume right on top of that, even though I'm going to bed, because it's for me. This is how I show up for me, right? We're showing up for ourselves. Actually, next we're going to talk about a statement candle. This candle I actually won at a friend's 1-year anniversary of her business. And it says relax, lavender, jasmine, chamomile, coconut wax blend. And it's from All's Well, ALLSWELL. This is a 40-ounce candle, and you're not supposed to burn it more than 4 hours at a time, but I do not adhere to that rule as I should, right? So it is a little black on the inside because I have been burning it for longer than 4 hours. It smells so good. I usually burn it around 8 hours or so. Look how Like, y'all, my face could fit in here. Look how big this candle is. It's 40 ounces. I can burn through a small candle really fast, right? So this candle is really good for me. I'm actually gonna look this brand up and I'm gonna see if they have more scents, if they have like a vanilla scent or whatever. But I do love the scent of lavender, especially in the evening because it kind of helps to calm my system down and get ready to, lay it down. So there's that. Next, one way of showing up for ourselves is making sure that we stay hydrated. So I'm going to share with you guys my favorite water bottle. This one, and it's actually by the brand Salud. I got it from Amazon a few years back. Actually, I took it with me on a trip on a pontoon boat and I had it on the ground and the seats kind of come up this way. And I believe the seat kind of hit it and it dented the side. So I was able to push the dent out, but it makes me want to replace it because it's not perfect per se. But I think the next one that I get, I want to go with a gold top because they do come in black, silver, and gold tops. So, and I'm pretty sure there are different brands of this water bottle. However, I do like that has timestamps on it. So it's like starts at 8 a.m., goes down to 12, tells you to refill it, starts at 2 p.m., and you can have your 64 ounces of water in by 6 o'clock p.m. I also have an app on my phone that pretty much tells you when to drink water. So at the top of every hour, it'll make this water noise. And then I'll try to drink 8 hours at that time if I'm not too busy or as close to that time as possible. And I have learned that, or I don't know if it makes a difference, but in my mind, I don't have to run to the restroom as much if I have it at the top of every hour, just 8 ounces at the top of every hour versus just drinking it throughout the day or trying to make sure I meet the times. So now we're going to talk about foot care. I used to go and get a pedicure once a month. Those prices are getting crazy, especially with them removing things that should be a part of the pedicure and putting it in the deluxe pedicure. Like, you should have to scrub the calluses off my feet because that, to me, is a part of a regular pedicure. Back in the day, we had one pedicure and that was included. Now we're separating everything out. My daughter brought it up to me that if we get our feet done once a month, it makes our heels hard. And you feel like my heel is getting too hard. Now I have to go back. It's because they're rubbing your feet with those callus removers or whatever. So we have moved to exfoliating feet mask or exfoliating foot mask. So you put this on a fuzzy sock. I like to call them fuzzy socks. Really thick fuzzy socks on top of it. Watch a movie for about an hour and a half. Take off the socks, take off the foot mask, rub the rest of the solution in, and it's going to make your feet peel over like a week or so. Just make sure you don't have like any trips where your feet need to be exposed while you're going through the peeling process. But it makes your feet baby bottom smooth. You know what I'm saying? Love this. A couple of things that I love to do is when I'm in the shower, these are a few tips that I love to do to upgrade my shower so it feels like a spa experience. One, I love to have fresh eucalyptus in the shower. Of course, it's going to dry out over time, so you have to be ready to replace it when it dries out. And then I like to use eucalyptus essential oil. I'll spray or drop a couple of drops at the bottom of the shower, and it makes the shower smell very minty fresh. Oh my God, it smells so good. And then another thing I love to do is a really nice body scrub. So I use this Dove body scrub. And this flavor is actually brown sugar and coconut butter, like brown sugar, vanillas, shea butters. I love those type of scents. So another thing that I like about this is, as you can see, I have been using it. The granules in it are not that big. It smells so good. So the granules in it are big enough to do the job, but not too big to damage the protective layer of your skin. I think it's called St. Ives. Those are actually too rigid and too big, and they do damage the outer layer, protective layer of your skin. And we don't want that. We're trying to show up for ourselves in a way that does not contribute any harm to our bodies. Last but not least, I have a couple of books to share with you. I love a good book that helps me to pour into myself. And these two books they're kind of like self-help, but they're not just self-help. They have a little bit of storytelling element to them. So the first book I want to share with you guys about is this book is called 30 Things I Love About Myself. I actually took myself on a solo date. It had to be like one of the first few solo dates. I went downtown, had brunch, visited the downtown bookstore, and this book was staring at me. And I was like, this is an interesting story. So basically, this girl gets arrested, goes to jail on her 29th birthday. The guard gives her a book to kind of help her to pass time. And so she takes the book and she reads it. She actually takes the book with her when she leaves. So she kind of possesses the book. And she gives herself a challenge to discover 30 things that she loves about herself before her 30th birthday. And it actually changed the realm of her life. She's 29. Her mom is trying to get her to get married. I think her mom is either widowed or divorced, but her mom kind of wants her to get out of her house. And her mom, in their culture, it's the mom's or the parents' responsibility to take care of the child until the child marries. So she's kind of trying to push her out of the nest. But she just wants to live and enjoy her life. But this is a really good book. Another book that really helped me to show up for myself is I am a big fan of Love is Blind. And there was a girl on the show called Deep Tea. And if you're not familiar with Love is Blind, basically how it works is these people date each other in these pods for about 10 days. By the end of the 10 days, men have to propose to women if they kind of want to stay on the show. That's what it's come to now. So they propose to the women. The women say yes. They meet each other for the first time face to face. He proposes to her again. They go off, spend 24 hours together. And then after the 24 hours, they're introduced to the other couples who are engaged, but they've all have dated each other. Once you get past that, then they live in these apartments for, I don't know, like maybe a month and a half, or I don't know how long the process is, but it's not long. At the end of that process, they have a wedding. And at the wedding, you say, I do or I don't. And Deep T ended up with this guy who would talk bad about her to other people, but to her face, he's like, I love you. We can do this, blah. So anyway, she got to the altar and she said no because I choose myself. And she wrote a book about it. And she talks a little bit about her experiences, especially as an Indian immigrant who had never dated Indian men before. He was her first Indian guy that she dated, and I believe that she was his first Indian girl that he had dated. But he said yes at the altar, and she said no because she kind of finally caught wind of all the things that he was saying about her behind her back. But anyway, two great books. If you have stuck around to this point, I'm about to get ready to share with you the luxury that you don't have to wait on anyone else to enjoy. But before I do, I would like for you to hit that like button because this will actually push it out to the algorithm, and the algorithm will show other people who should be prompted to pour a little bit more into themselves first before they pour into the world around them. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Also, if you have enjoyed this video, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified the next time I drop another video. So the last thing that I would like to share with you as a special luxury that I do for myself as often as I can is purchase yourself some flowers. This is one of my current bouquets. Last week, Publix had buy one, get one free bouquets. And of course, I took advantage of the situation. This bouquet was like maybe $16. And then I think it was like $15.99, buy one, get one free. So you got $32 worth of flowers for $16. So I do enjoy watching them bloom because when I got these were not bloomed. They're blooming now and they're so gorgeous. I love them. Fresh flowers just does something to me and it just livens the environment. So if it smells good, you have these flowers, you got the ambiance going with your candle, you're sipping on your wine, your coffee, your tea, your water, you have nice ambient music playing in the background, then yeah, that's what's up. It would just actually help you to elevate your whole entire day. Also, I wanted to touch on the reason why I have the beach going on in the background. It's one of my favorite places to go. So if I need to like recharge myself, I just get close to a large body of water, preferably the beach. I can settle for a lake or a river or a waterfall, preferably the beach, because just the sounds of the waves, the feel of the sand, the smell of the salt water, it just does something to my soul, y'all. And that's another way that I pour into myself. So that was a little sneak peek for those of you that stayed around. Now that you've seen my favorites, I would like to hear about one of your favorites. Comment down below something that will help you or something that does help you pour into yourself. Don't forget to like and share this video so that we can inspire others to pour into themselves. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, enjoy life with Toya.